Joe Rogan gets the Rona, and man, the internet and the media have some thoughts. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and it's been fascinating to watch everyone react to Joe Rogan's news that he got the Rona and 3 days later has been healthy. Now, a lot of people are wondering, did he get the shot? Did he not? He's never really admitted it. He's also never really said he's against it. However, most people are now just speculating whether he did or didn't and assuming he didn't. And now they're all reacting to this Instagram post he did today while announcing they had to postpone his Nashville show with Dave Chappelle. And the reaction has just been fascinating. So many people upset that he's okay. A lot of people upset that he's sharing his information, even though it's what's worked for a lot of people. It's just a very weird place we live in. One, that this is news at all, with so much other stuff going on in the world. And two, the reactions to it. So I want to break down some of what we saw here. And before I even get to his message, I think it's important to see some of how these people are reacting. And I got Jake Shields here says, so weird seeing people mad that Rogan got the Rona and is hardly sick. These people are evil and would prefer they killed him just to prove their point. And it's true. There's a lot of people out there who are admitting this. And I'm sorry, this is super effed up. Like, what the hell? This is crazy what we've resorted to. So let's see what Joe said, because, Joe often does things here that
Hello, friends.
Get him in trouble. But let's see his words.
I got back from the road Saturday night, feeling very weary. I had a headache, and I just felt run down. And just to be cautious, I separated from my family, slept in a different part of the house, and throughout the night, I got fevers and sweats, and I knew what was going on. So I got up in the morning, got tested, and turns out I got... So we immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds. Monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, Z-Pak, prednisone, everything. And I also got an NAD drip and a vitamin drip, and I did that 3 days in a row. And so here we are on Wednesday, and I feel great. I really only had one bad day. Sunday sucked, but Monday was better. Tuesday felt better than Monday, and today I feel good. I actually feel pretty fucking good. That's the good news. The bad news is we have to move Friday.
So here's where
the Friday show in Nashville.
He just goes into
it's going to
rescheduling his show. So anyway, this is getting a lot of. For my first reaction to this is good for him that he has access to all this stuff that not everybody else does. He even admits he threw the kitchen sink at it, and some of the things he mentions in there are not things that are approved. And so there's a lot of outlets and media people who are just angry at him because he's the same person who said that young, healthy people should not get it, the shot. Again, don't take any... But he was very quick to respond, and I always am too. Don't listen to us. Like, make your own decision. So it gets so frustrating about all of this. There's so many people just mad at him because he's got a big audience and he says how he feels. And it's just frustrating because it's not his fault that there's dumb idiots who just listen to celebrities or YouTubes or any of us. Everyone should be smarter than that. He's the first person to admit it. So I get really frustrated by this idea that I'm going to listen and do what Joe Rogan says. No offense, I enjoy Joe Rogan sometimes. I don't always agree with everything he says, but I like hearing other opinions, and I feel like we all should be able to hear other opinions. But this world we live in currently, if you even talk about this subject, in fact, I don't even know if this video is going to get to you. Is this video limited? Is it monetized? Let's see. Did they let me put ads in this video? Tell me if you saw something, because I do those tests because there are certain subjects on this platform we can't even talk about without YouTube and other media outlets suppressing it, because they don't want us to have these conversations. They don't want people like Joe to come out and say, yeah, look, I didn't get it. I didn't get the shot, and it was a nasty day, but then I got over it. And the reality is that's the majority of what happens to people. Now, I'm not saying it's not serious. I did get the shot. I didn't. No big deal to me. I'm not overthinking it like so many other people are. We put so much crap in our bodies. Joe's usually pretty good about what he sort of puts in his bodies, But my God, anybody who's arguing about this, but then still going to Starbucks and McDonald's and doing whatever little diet thing, pills and Diet Cokes. I mean, just look into the beef and the milk and the dairy industry, and you'll start learning about all the chemicals and stuff that are going into you. So the hypocrisy is off the charts in this whole thing, and I'm so sick of the division that we can't just talk about it. Like the fact that we can't just have civil conversations and disagreements is really scary. It's getting very politicized. It's getting all over the place. And the reality is, like, don't listen to Joe Rogan. Don't listen to me. We're not doctors. We're just sharing our experience. That's what people do. Take that as you will and base it off of other experiences of people you trust and experts that you read and doctors, etc., to make up your own decision. So what's frustrating this, and I want to add to it because as I'm seeing all the hate he's getting, there's also a lot of these hit pieces that come after him still. Now, I don't disagree with this article that The Verge did. The Verge put this big article saying that he's losing influence. And I do believe that's correct. I don't believe he has as many ratings rather on his shows on Spotify. And they did a whole bunch of homework here to sort of prove, looking at sort of the influence, guests gained fewer followers after the shows they go on Spotify versus what they used to do on YouTube. And it's a pretty big drop. And I'm not surprised by this at all. I've been reporting on this forever. His views and everything have gone down since Spotify because he took a huge pay increase to exclusivize it. And so, he used to have these huge highs, and then it's now gone down to here, which is what I think everyone sort of expected. But still, these numbers are still huge. Huge numbers and gains that his guests would get. And even when he wasn't on YouTube, he'd have days where it didn't do as well. So there's a lot of these hit pieces that come out that are just trying to prove, like, see, he's not good after all. Look at this. He's bombing. This is all to stay relevant. That's why he's announcing this, etc. But the reality is he's trending for a reason because people want to criticize him or, hear what he has to say. He's a polarizing comedian. And he's a very popular comedian still. And even though I agree with some of this data, I believe it. I believe his relevance is dying a little bit just in that his views aren't he's not getting seen as weak as much each week as his YouTube clips used to get. It doesn't mean that when he comes back to YouTube after he took the Spotify money, which I really believe he's going to do at some point, I believe at the end of the day, unless they just keep throwing down tons of cash, which they may, at a certain point, he's going to say, all right, cool, we got all that money, let's go back to YouTube. And when he comes back to YouTube, it's going to go huge again. They never really deleted his episodes off YouTube, really. They would just not let him monetize on them. And so if he had other ways to make better profit deal, brand deals and stuff, he could still make his money even if they demonetize certain clips and such of his stream. He has the same problem we all had, which is YouTube limits certain topics and subjects that you can't talk about, certain keywords you say over and over again. It's a really frustrating place to be in because there's really no rhyme or reason. And I'm going to do another video on that at some point later. But back to sort of the main topic at hand, seeing all these people, I'm looking at this Twitter of all these people, getting in on this. There's Carlos Mencia. They're back and forth. Great. Now, if I get the Rona, people are going to say I stole it from Joe Rogan. Wow. Finally, a potentially funny joke from Carlos Mencia. But you look at all these people, and I got to be careful what he's saying. But, a lot of people are like, look, I had the same problem. I don't understand why everyone's so mad. And then they're like, see, you should have gotten the shot. But then it's like, well, but he's okay. So this is going to be politicized on both sides. I'm seeing it happen both ways. The reality is people that are wishing him death just proves how gross this is getting, that they want him to be a martyr on this of like, see, guys, you should have gotten it. But the sad reality is everyone who doesn't get it is okay. Now, look, I believe there's a lot of people who are in danger of this. That's why I did it personally. For me and my family, we made that choice. And you shouldn't criticize my choice, just like I'm not criticizing your choice. And that's, to me, where we can all agree on this. If you are at high risk, be careful. Stay home. I do still wear my mask from time to time. Look, do I think it's stupid at times? Yes. But sometimes I just want to help others. You know what I mean? I want to be a person that at least isn't just triggering other people. Just kind of going to go with the flow because it doesn't really harm me. It just doesn't. Is it annoying at times? Yes. Why did I get this if I need... I understand a lot of the frustration, but at a certain point, we are a society. Let's help each other. There are some people that just feel more comfortable. At times, we're going to just... I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to respect a business if they ask me to. I don't want to be a Karen. I don't want to... I just want to go about my shopping and make everyone feel okay. And I wish we could all do that more as a society. Seeing what happened to Joe and what the reactions is just wild. So be careful out there. It'll be interesting to see how they keep spinning it. A lot of these headlines definitely are taking shots at him. Be careful, because I don't want to show the Rona word over and over again. They literally can read the AI reads the things on screen. It's wild. YouTube is insane. But the amount of hate he's getting is huge. And then there's a lot of people on his side are like, see, what this is scary in that no one's going to really report on the fact that he's okay. They're going to spin it in other ways to say that he's not, to keep the fear machine going, so we all are so out of our minds worried about something that, honestly, guys, follow the money. There's a lot of people making money on this. That's ultimately what swayed me a lot. It made me more meet in the middle on this, because I'm just like, guys, too many people are profiting off of this. If you really do the homework and look at it, the nurses and doctors, I understand, are going through the trouble, but it's because the hospitals get paid more for certain cases. That's a fact, guys. It's a fact. There is a lot of shady stuff that is happening that makes people lose faith and not trust. And that doesn't mean they're all crazy and we should be condemning them. We got to step back and hear each other out, and that's what we try to do on this channel. So let's have a civil conversation down below. A lot of these triggering topics. I'm curious your thoughts on this. Do you think this is Joe Rogan trying to stay relevant, as some people are saying? I don't. Like The Verge here. Do you think this is ridiculous that people are wishing him death? Are you frustrated that he's not being more pro certain subject? Tell me all your thoughts down below. If you haven't already, also please consider subscribing. Hit that bell for all alerts so you get notified. YouTube has not been sending out notifications. I've noticed it. Smash the like button, leave a comment. I appreciate all your help. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorned Planet.